stage, as well as Mr. Anil Kapoor to please join us as well. Please give a huge round of applause to each of our dear guests. Inviting Mr. Santosh Nayak to please facilitate Mr. Abhinay Dev. A huge round of applause, please. And now also we'd like to invite Mr. Dev to facilitate Mr. Anil Kapoor for today evening. Please give a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, dear guests of honor. So as we proceed to the evening, we will first welcome our first guest of honor from the dais. We would like to introduce Mr. Santosh Nayak, who is the Managing Director and Group CEO of Disha Direct, and the man behind many innovations in the real estate. Across the world, Disha Direct conceptualized and launched Resvo, finest second home preferred by every Mumbai girl. Disha Direct's mission is to give India the finest homes that meet the emotional, physical, psychological requirements of its inhabitants at the most competitive prices. And to realize this mission, Disha Direct is in association with Abhinay Dev Ventures in launching the phase 2 of Resvo, the finest second home. Please welcome our first guest of honor, Mr. Santosh Nayak. Please say a few words.
For last, I think 6-7 years, and few of you know he is a very good or one of the best ad filmmaker and a film director. But many few of you know that he is an architect by profession. So we have been discussing a lot in last few years. He knew that I am into a real estate industry. We are doing some amazing projects. So we wanted to associate with each other for last few years. Last 2-3 years we have seen many projects. What do we start? How do we start? And when I told him about Resvo, he got very much excited. He came to the project Resvo around 2 months back. And the moment we stepped in, he fell in love with the project and he told me, yes, this is the project we want to do it together. And that's why the new venture has started, Abhinay Dev Ventures. And I'm very proud, very happy that me and Abhinay are very good friends and we are coming together as business partners. After that association, we wanted to, how do we launch this project? And Abhinay casually discussed with Anil sir when they met for a discussion that I'm doing a project with Santosh and this is the project. And I met Anil sir, I told him about the project and he immediately said, yes, this is where I want to, have a... This is where...
Has won numerous awards internationally in Asia as well as in India. A gold line at Cannes 2012, a bronze line at Cannes 2013.
Good evening, everyone. Warm welcome to all of you. On behalf of Disha and Abhinay Dev Ventures. And one thing I have to start with actually is that, did I put this off? Okay. So one thing I had to mention today that after doing 24, after doing different feature films and
something and some way of associating back with architecture in one way or the other, and Resvo was the project.
And of course, here we are, the moment we've all been waiting for. A huge round of applause for this lovely moment that goes down in history. And here you are, the brochure for Resvo. Thank you so much to all our dear guests. Please give them a huge round of applause. Of course, that was an exciting moment. And now we move on to our third guest of honor here today on our dais. We want a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, friends. It's great to be here, and thank you so much, all of you all. Namaste, Shivaji. It's always a pleasure to meet with your family. And, I don't know, I get very emotional when I meet all of you all. And somewhere I think there is some connect with you all. And hopefully the connect will remain all my life till I breathe my last. This is what I always feel, and I'm going to say it again and again whenever I meet. Ajinkya, I love you, you know that. And Abhinay also, I love you the most. So, to be honest with you, I know Abhinay since quite a few years. We've been working together, and more than the professional relationship, we've become almost like family. But still, knowing him so well, knowing the family so well, but it came as a big surprise that he's an architect. So it came as I was pleasantly surprised. And I said, you never told me that you're an architect. He said, no, sir, I've been an architect, and then that's the basic. I started after I finished my studies, I learned architecture, and so I was quite taken aback by that, and then given into ad films and television, and so I said that's great. And then he mentioned that I'm doing some this project, and so that also came as a surprise. Then he explained to me what it was, and of course he thinks that I've done it very simply and very happily, but I'm a businessman. Nobody takes me seriously. Even my family doesn't take me seriously. They feel I'm too innocent and I'm too naive and all, and I don't know how to do business and all. But see, I'm quite sharp that way. So it's not that I've said it very instinctively that I want to be part of it, but somewhere it's my mind working, and this is going to be really big, and this is going to become a gold mine. And honestly, the best thing about Abhinay is he still doesn't know how good he is, and which is his greatness. As a filmmaker, as a human being, as a person, his organization. Matter of fact, I was telling him in the morning also, I said, Abhinay, I think I'm more ambitious about you than what you are about yourself. Like for example, whenever I've been going to that part of the world, which is New York and Los Angeles, where all the international films are made, and whenever any executive or studio head asks me, I said, who's the director you think can come here and make an international film? And I always mention Abhinay. I said in India, if there's any director or any filmmaker who has the aesthetics and the capability and understanding of world cinema, and whatever he does is so classy and so aesthetically good, he's the only person. And I always tell him, and he still doesn't believe it. I don't know why. But it's a fact. So when he mentioned to me about this, I said, I said blindly, I said, done. I said, I have to have a, place over here, a home away from home, because I always, because, everybody's, because how Bombay has become, how Mumbai has become, and the kind of work pressures we have, and the pollution, and, you need, but obviously it's a land of opportunity, it's a city of opportunity, and you go anywhere in the world when you want to come back to Bombay, but still you want to be away from Bombay. So Mumbai, I said, what can be better than this, And then he introduced me to Santosh, and I met Santosh also, and I saw the way both of them, they were friends first, and then they're doing this together. So I said, I want to be a small part of it. So I would, if I can give me something, kuch to. So I saw this place and I saw this photograph. I said, let me buy my first ever, home away from home, and which is here in Resvo, and so I'm very proud to be, the owner, one of the first owners over here, and I'm looking forward to it, to going and spending my time, because it's beautiful. It's got a beautiful lake, the greenery, and of course, if I have to rejuvenate myself, and for my family, for my children, and said, like for example now, Sonam's not been well since quite a few days. And I think it's because of the entire, the environment which is terrible at the moment. So I think all of us, should have something where we can get out and relax and breathe some fresh air, rejuvenate yourself, feel energetic, and get back to our work. So I'm looking forward to this, and I wish Vinay and Santosh all the very best for this great venture, and in future also, yeah, please make me part of it. Yeah, I'm a businessman. So thank you so much, all of you all, for being here, and I think we should now enjoy ourselves and have a party and have a few drinks. Good evening, Ganesh. I was wondering, I said, where's the main patriarch of the family? And here he comes. How are you, sir? It's such a pleasure to see you. It's such an honor, and we need your blessings for this venture. Yes, and it's really, really honestly, and I feel something. It doesn't have to be. You get an instinct, you get a feeling, emotional feeling sometimes, and I have always felt when something comes to me, I really don't go very deep into it. But if I say it instantly, yes, that means there is definitely, till now everything has gone right, and hopefully by the grace of God and with the blessings of all the elders who are here and all of you all, this venture is going to be hugely successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anil Kapoor. Alright, so now comes the moment where we open the floor for questions for the next 5-10 minutes.
See, first of all, I just felt it's, definitely the first thing is, of course, Abhinay being an architect, and I've seen his work and the kind of, planning and aesthetics and, the work ethics which is, whenever he doesn't take up anything just for the sake of taking up. If he takes up a project, it has to be, there's so many times you do things with who's the person behind it. So when I came to know that Abhinay is behind it, that was the first. I'm being very honest with you. That was my first excitement that he's behind it. It has to be fabulous. And of course, then I met Santosh, and when I met him, I spoke to him. And then I realized even Santosh is a very intelligent guy. He's roped in the right person. He's also a businessman. So, we all are very intelligent. I've roped him for 24, he's roped him over. And you know what the result of 24 has been. So that's one of the reasons. And of course, as I said, when I spoke to you all, is the whole location. And ultimately, as people say, that what is the first condition? It's always first, second, third. It's always the location. One is location, second is location, and third is location. So the best part about this project is the location. It's beautiful. It's fantastic.
Talking about कि आपका पहला मुंबई में आपने अपना घर लिया हो, पहला घर actually, यूनिवर्सिटी, उस वक्त की बात करें जब आप नए थे इंडस्ट्री में, आपने पहला घर खरीदा होगा, उसकी खुशी किस तरह की थी और उसके बारे में कुछ जानना चाहिए।
देखिए पहला घर जब मुझे जब मैं that was one of the first conditions of my marriage. I said जब तक मैं घर नहीं खरीद सकूँगा मैं शादी नहीं करूँगा. So the day I came to know that I can buy a house and I can afford a house and I can look after my wife. So my excitement was more that I could afford the house and I can get married to my friend who became my girlfriend, who's my wife, and we've been together since 42 years. It's thanks to my first house which I bought. So that was my excitement, that I was going to get married to my girlfriend. So that was my excitement, and so hopefully I think she'll be very happy when I told her that I bought this house. So whatever makes her happy makes me happy. So she's very happy that I bought another home which is away from the home. So that's it.
Anil sir here. And sir, you made a mention of the environment being terrible and Sonam falling ill. We all are concerned about her health. How is she recuperating and for how long will she stay in the hospital for, sir?
She's last night she was not too well. But in the morning when I met her now, I was in the hospital over here. She's much better. much better. She'll be under observation for a few days, and that's it. And I think within a week, 10 days, I think she should be much better, and hopefully she'll be back home.
Anil sir, swine flu जो एक बीमारी है.
Requesting press to please.
This is the only one question now. Please.
Requesting press to please keep questions to the topic for today.
जो private वो अलग मिलेंगे उसके बारे में. This is a Gokila hospital के बाहर.
आपकी क्या कोशिश?
There is Wikipedia for swine flu. If you can go ahead. Thank you.
सर एक्चुअली सब लोग ये जानना चाहते हैं कि सोनम अब कैसी हैं?
I think it was already said in the previous answer. So for those that were not paying attention, you can refer to the notes taken down.
First thing when I told her about this home, she recovered very. I said this is what I'm doing, and this is the house I bought for all of you all. So she recovered. Listening to that. Yeah.
अनिल सर, परफेक्ट गेटवे होम आपके हिसाब से क्या होता है? क्या होना चाहिए? अनिल सर आपसे.
I think ये मैंने अपने अभिनय शुरू because he's the architect, so please ask him this question. He'll do the right question.
सर आप दोनों लोग आंसर दें.
पहले जी बिल्कुल. फिर मैं उसको कॉपी करूँगा.
ओके.
अनिल सर ने डिफ्लेक्ट कर दिया मेरी तरफ. लेकिन परफेक्ट मेरे ख्याल से हर एक के लिए वो अलग अलग होता है, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से परफेक्ट गेट अवे होम फ्रॉम होम.
कोई शूटिंग के दिन याद आया?
मेरा भी जवाब वही है. तो उसे आप टेप कर दीजिए और
सर आपने
डबिंग पे आ जाऊंगा.
आपने घर लिया तो आपको कभी कोई शूटिंग के दिन याद आएगा? आपने पुराने दिन कोई शूटिंग जैसे लेक के किनारे कभी कोई शूटिंग की हो, या इस तरह जब आपने वो घर लिया तो कोई शूटिंग के दिन याद आएगा?
हाँ बिल्कुल. लेक के किनारे मैंने काफी गाने गाए. तो आजकल मुझे गाने को देता नहीं है. सब यंगस्टर्स को दे रहे हैं, सोनम को और दूसरे यंगस्टर्स को दे रहे हैं. तो मैं गाने देते नहीं मुझे. 24 में भी गाने नहीं है. So but yes, of course, it has always been my dream to have a home away from home.
Anil, ज़्यादातर stars like they prefer their holidays like abroad in foreign countries. अगर आपकी कोई ऐसी लोकेशन है जहाँ पर आप पसंद करते हो जाना फॉरेन कंट्री में, और इंडिया में कौन सी जगह है?
इंडिया में मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वैसे तो बहुत सी जगह हैं. हिंदुस्तान जैसा खूबसूरत देश है नहीं जहाँ हर किस्म का आपको मौसम मिल सकता है, हर किस्म की जगह मिल सकती है. बीचेस हैं, डेजर्ट है, माउंटेन्स हैं, हिमालयस है, पैलेसेस हैं. So everything is India is one of the greatest country where obviously हमारा थोड़ा infrastructure और logistics are not up to the world standards, which hopefully this government has promised that it's going to do it. And तो बहुत सी जगह है. And
फिर भी कोई फेवरेट जगह होगी जो नॉर्मली आप जाना पसंद करते हैं, या आपने वहाँ पर कुछ आपकी कोई प्रॉपर्टी हो नॉर्मली आप विजिट करते हैं?
प्रॉपर्टी तो पहली प्रॉपर्टी यही है मेरी, और प्रॉपर्टी वैसे मैंने नेक्स्ट फ्यूचर में देखता हूँ. बट मुझे कश्मीर बहुत पसंद है. श्रीनगर और गुलमर्ग में वहाँ गया हूँ, और मैं गोवा is a beautiful place, which is I love that place. तो ये सब चीज़ें हैं, जगह हैं. ऊटी मैं शूटिंग काफ़ी करता था, मगर वहाँ मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि काफ़ी दूर मेरे को पड़ता था. तो मैंने one of the reasons that I really didn't because I shot a lot of films. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि a place which is very close to your home and you can drive down, I think that's the best place to have. And this I feel for me, I think it's the best decision of my life that I am buying a place over here. Yeah. तो इस वक्त नंबर 1 पे रोज़ोविला है. नंबर 1.
I mean, this is your professional. If you go to as an architect, this will be your first project, or you've done things before also?
No, unfortunately or fortunately, of course, जिस तरह से भी आप देखें, I have after I finished architecture, I finished my 5 years, and professional practice जब चल रही थी तब मैंने कुछ projects, of course, जहाँ पे professional practice होती है 6 महीने का जो period होता है, वो जब मैं कर रहा था तब ऑफ कोर्स एक आर्किटेक्ट के लिए मैं काम करता था, तभी कुछ प्रोजेक्ट्स मैंने किए हैं जो डिज़ाइन, बट वो उनके लिए थे। बट इंडिपेंडेंटली अगर आप मुझे पूछें तो मैंने अभी तक कुछ नहीं किया है एज इन बतौर आर्किटेक्ट। लेकिन I finished architecture in '92, so which means 23 years later I've got a chance to do something now. So I think with this project, hopefully, I will have something to do with architecture. At least the next time you ask me this question, मेरे पास एक जवाब होगा कि मैंने कुछ किया है रेज़ो फिल्म पे।
You're a businessman and you like the property as a business proposition as well. Do you see any appreciation in the price?
100%.
And now that we are on the talk of price and appreciation, could we have some figures if possible?
Those will be the right person.
When we launched first phase 2 years back, when we launched phase 1 of Resvo 2 years back, the pricing will be between around 40 to 50.
For telling the world about this lovely project, Resvo phase.
अभी लेफ्ट साइड पे क्या वाला फेस में ओके लेफ्ट कॉर्नर वाले पे डॉन भैया सर लेफ्ट में सर लेफ्ट साइड अली सर सही है एक स्लाइड छोड़ना मैं राजा सर लेफ्ट साइड सर लेफ्ट सर सर नीचे करो यार नीचे करो
हाँ चलो रोलिंग बूम रहने दे यार, बूम नहीं देगा लोगों ने, चेहरा तो मैंने देखा हुआ। नहीं कोई बात नहीं, चलो शुरू करो। अभी तबीयत आज काफ़ी बेटर है और ऑब्जर्वेशन चल रहा है, तो बस प्रार्थना कीजिए कि जल्दी ठीक हो जाए।
सर कई सारे लोग हिंदुस्तान में जो स्वाइन फ्लू से ग्रसित हैं इस समय, क्या मानते हैं कि स्वास्थ्य विभाग की तरफ से कहीं ना कहीं लापरवाही दिखाई गई, इसकी वजह से अभी तक उनके ऊपर कोई कार्रवाई काम नहीं हो रहा है?
तो इस वक्त देखिए मैं कुछ कह नहीं सकता, मेरा ध्यान सिर्फ मैं आई एम बीइंग वेरी ऑनेस्ट विद यू, बट डेफिनेटली देखिए हर आदमी कोशिश तो पूरी करता है और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि जो हमारी सरकार है वो पूरी तरह कोशिश कर रही है और करेगी, मुझे उन पर पूरा भरोसा है। और आज जैसे कि आपने देखा कि अपने चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब फडणवीस साहब ने भी कहा है कि वो पूरा जोर लगा देंगे कि जितना हो सके वो कोशिश करेंगे कि किसी को कोई किस्म की तकलीफ ना हो।
अनिल सर, जागरूकता के लिए आप क्या आपकी क्या कोशिश रहेगी? अरे यार
देखिए मुझे मैं इतना कह सकता हूँ कि जी एक तो ये है कि मैं इस वक्त जिस इवेंट के लिए आया हूँ, कार्यक्रम के लिए आया हूँ, तो मैं चाहूँगा कि आप जितने भी आपके सवाल हों उसके बारे में कहें तो बेहतर रहेगा।
सोनम के साथ फैमिली के साथ कभी ट्रिप हॉलीडे जल्दी प्लान करने वाले हैं?
बिल्कुल इमीडिएटली, जैसे वो उनकी तबीयत ठीक हो सबसे पहले उन्हें ले जाऊँगा। हाँ जी होली मैं आप सबको होली की मैं तो उस होली खेल के आ रहा हूँ ऑलरेडी। कल मैं बनारस में था परसों, तो वहाँ तो मैंने होली खेली ली, वहाँ तो होली ऑलरेडी शुरू हो चुकी है। तो फिर भी मैं आप सबको देखने वालों को होली की मुबारकबाद देता हूँ और कि ये होली जो हो इस साल की होली सबसे बेहतरीन होली रहेगी और रंग बिरंगी रहेगी। मैं चेन्नई में होली पर मैं रहमान साहब को मिलने जा रहा हूँ और वो मुझे कहीं लेके जा रहा है, तो रहमान साहब के साथ होली है। हाँ जी उसके बारे में बात ना